to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information comes from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history?
Historical calendar.
And the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
I'm me.
And today is Moon's Day, also known as Monday, May 16th, 2022. Why don't you start us off today?
Start it off.
Yeah.
946, Emperor Susaku abdicates the throne in favor of his brother Murakami, who becomes the 62nd Emperor of Japan.
Huh?
Oh yeah, 1204, Baldwin the Ninth, Count of Flanders, is crowned as the first Emperor of the Latin Empire.
Cool.
Damn, I didn't know there was there's 9 of them.
Yeah.
Oh well, 1364, 100 Years War, Bertrand du Guesclin and a French army defeat the Anglo-Navarre army of Charles the Bad at Caucherel.
Well, maybe he should get good, you know? He got defeated, that's why he got called Charles the Bad. Taking us up into the year 1426, Governor Thado of Montagnan became King of Ava. Alright. 1527, the Florentines drove out the Medici for a second time, and Florence reestablished itself as a republic. And let's see here, 5 years later in 1532, Sir Thomas More resigned as Lord Chancellor of England.
Okay. 1568, Mary Queen of Scots flees to England. 1584, Santiago de Verga becomes the 6th Governor General of the Spanish colony of the Philippines.
Alright.
And 1739, the Battle of Pasay concludes as the Marthas beat the Portuguese army.
Oh my god. I'm just imagining like an army, a legion of middle-aged housewives named Martha just cresting the hill with their various cleaning equipment. We're gonna sweep the floor with ya! Come here, young man! 1770, the 14-year-old Marie Antoinette married 15-year-old Louis Auguste, who later became King of France. 1 year later... Yeah, that's cool. Well, the age isn't cool.
Young.
Yeah. Actually, how old was Marie Antoinette when she died? Like, she was the one who said, let them eat cake, right?
Yeah.
Marie Antoinette. Age, let's see here. 37 years. Okay, well, that wasn't that young. So. Let's see here, in 1771, the Battle of Almanance, a pre-American Revolutionary War battle between local militia and a group of rebels called the Regulators, occurred in present-day Alamance County, North Carolina. Do you have a fan or something? Like, I keep hearing wind coming from you.
That?
Yeah.
That's just me breathing.
Ah. Well, maybe move your mic or something? I don't know. And let's see here, in 1811, during the Peninsular War, the Allies, Spain, Portugal, and the United Kingdom fought an inconclusive battle against the French at the Albuera. It is, in proportion to the numbers involved, the bloodiest battle of the war. Dang. And see, that brings up an interesting point. You know, depending on how you present the numbers, and, you know, like, you can manipulate things to make things seem less or worse than they actually are, you know, in proportion to the numbers involved, you know, so. Soen, what happened in 1812?
1812, Imperial Russia signed the Treaty of Bucharest, ending the Russo-Turkish War. The Ottoman Empire succeeds the Sab-Iberia to Russia. Wow. Also, 1822, Greek War of Independence, the Turks captured the Greek town of Soli. 1832, Juan Godoy discovers the rich silver outcrops of Chanacrilo, sparking the Chilean silver rush.
Ooh,
Wow.
nice.
And okay, we have the gold rush. They have the silver rush. We're at the fucking bronze rush. I'm guessing in ancient Greek.
I think that happened during the Bronze Age. So, I mean, like, are there any bronze mines anymore? Like, have we mined out all the bronze? Is all the bronze in the world in circulation? You know, like, that's a good question.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm going to take us up into 1834. The Battle of Algeciras was fought, in which it was the final and decisive engagement of the liberal wars in Portugal. Well, liberals have been a problem for centuries, it looks like. 1842, the first major wagon trade heading for the Pacific Northwest set out for the Oregon Trail from Elm Grove, Missouri, with 100 pioneers. And only for them to all die of dysentery.
Yeah, too bad he died of dysentery.
Yeah. And then in 1866, the United States Congress established the nickel, which the nickel gets its name because it used to be made out of the metal nickel, which is a one of the stronger metals. And then sometime in, I think, World War II, they changed it to a different alloy because of...
add zinc into it.
Yeah. And a nickel is, of course, 5 cents. Your turn, sir.
1874, a flood on the Mill River in Massachusetts destroys much of 4 villages and kills 139 people.
Dang.
Yeah. Also, 1877, the 16th May 1877 crisis occurred in France, ending with the dissolution of the National Assembly 22nd of June and affirming the interception of the Constitution of 1875 as a parliamentary rather than presidential system. The elections are held in October 1877 to defeat of the Royalists as a formal political move in France.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a history bomb right there.
Yep. Also, 1888, Nikola Tesla delivers a lecture describing the equipment which will allow efficient generation and the use of alternate currents to transmit electric power along long distances.
Yeah, the great AC versus DC wars. Alternating current versus direct current. Tesla versus Edison.
But Tesla versus a thief.
Yeah. You have one more here.
In 1891, the International Electrotechnical Exhibition opened in Frankfurt, Germany, featuring the world's longest distance transmission of high power, 3-phase electric current, the most common form today.
Dang. So we've had electricity for...
yeah, we had it since 1890.
Well, we've had it since before then, but for at least 134 years. Because we were talking about, right before this last article, Nikola Tesla talking about, AC. So, I'm going to move us up into the next century. In 1916, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland and the French Third Republic signed the secret wartime Sykes-Picot Agreement, partitioning former Ottoman territories such as Iraq and Syria. Well, that ain't cool, man. They're divvying up nations that are half a world away. God, these damn imperialists. 1918, the Sedition Act of 1918 was passed by the U.S. Congress, making criticism of the government during wartime an imprisonable offense. It will be repealed less than 2 years later. Well, thank God. But that's still, you want to talk about controlling a population.
Wait, what year are you on?
1919.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because on your script, I don't see it.
Hold on. My script's 1919. Let's see here. Oh, I missed a whole section here. Whoops. Okay, it goes all the way into 1959. Okay, alright.
Also, so just research and do it from there.
Oh yeah, you can do that too, yeah. 1919, a naval Curtiss NC-4 aircraft commanded by Albert Cushing Reed left Trepassey, Newfoundland for Lisbon via the Azores on the first transatlantic flight. Nice.
1920, in Rome, Pope Benedict the 15th canonizes Joan of Arc. Yes. She's now officially an enemy of the Bible.
Yeah, enemy of the Bible.
Yeah, she's now official character.
So that video of that kid who's like, I have the power of enemy and Jesus on my side. Come at thee, mortal. Yeah. You know?
1925, the first modern performance of Claudio Monteverdi's opera Rotini dei Usti in Patria occurred in Paris.
Paris, nice.
In 1929, in Hollywood, the first Academy Awards ceremony takes place.
Alright, well, that's cool. 93 years ago. 1943, during the Holocaust, the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising ended. And, let's see here, 1951, the first regularly scheduled transatlantic flights began between Idlewood Airport, which is now John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York City, and Heathrow Airport in London, operated by El Al Israel Airlines. Oh, wow. 1959, the Triton Fountain in Valletta, Malta, was turned on for the first time. Cool.
Oh, man. What do you have to do to turn it on? Should you have to hit the right spot?
I don't know, man. It's already hard to stone, you know?
Okay, 1960, Theodore Mayman operates the first optical laser, a ruby laser, at Hughes Research Laboratories in Malibu, California.
Nice.
1961, Park Chung-hee leads a coup d'etat to overthrow the Second Republic of South Korea.
Oh, that's not good.
I know. 1966, the Chinese Communist Party issues the May 16th notice, marking the beginning of the Cultural Revolution.
Yeah.
Yep, that's Mr. Mao. That's Lamao.
Mao's little red book. Let's see here. 3 years later, in 1969, during the Venera program, Venera 5, a Soviet space probe, landed on Venus. 5 years later, in 1974, Josip Broz Tito was elected president for life of Yugoslavia. Oh, there appears to be another article hidden. 1975, Junko Tabai from Japan became the first woman to reach the summit of Mount Everest. Cool.
Yep. So, is it 1974 or?
We are now in 1988.
Okay, 1988. A report by the Surgeon General of the United States, C. Everett Koop, states that the addictive properties of nicotine are similar to those of heroin and cocaine.
Yeah. Not even close. Not even close. See, here's the thing. Well, no, it's not worse. But here's the thing. You know, so many people are against drugs. You're like, oh, you're vaping. Oh, you're smoking the devil's lettuce. It's like, you really want to be against drugs? Okay, that's a really worthy endeavor. Then cut sugar out of your diet. No more sugar. All right? Because sugar is a drug. A drug is something from the outside that affects your brain, chemically, biologically, and that's what sugar is. What do you think a sugar rush is? What do you think, a sugar crash is? It's you getting high and getting off, having a crash of being on drugs. So, for everyone who's against, you know, weed and everything, alright, stop eating sugar. Accept my challenge? Sorry, I had to go on that rant.
1991, Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom addressed a joint session of the United States Congress. She is the first British monarch to address the United States Congress.
Interesting. Took that many
Also,
years.
Yep. Also, 1997, Mobutu Sissoko, the president of Zimbabwe, leaves the country. Leaves the country.
I think it's Zaire.
There. Okay.
Yeah. I lost count. Whose turn is it? Oh, it's...
Yours.
Okay. 1997, you already did that. 2003 in Morocco, 33 civilians were killed and more than 100 people were injured in the Casablanca terrorist attacks. Oh man, that's not good. 2005, Kuwait permits women's suffrage in a 35-23 National Assembly vote. Well, good for them, and whoever the 23 scumbags are who didn't want that. See you in hell. And why don't you take these last two?
2011, the STS-134 ISS assembly flight ULF-6 launched from the Kennedy Space Center on the 25th and final flight for Space Shuttle Endeavour.
Oh man, yeah, the end of the space shuttle stuff. That was a sad time.
And 2014, 12 people are killed in two explosions in the Gikomba Market District of Nairobi, Kenya.
Yep. Before we go into bursts and deaths, like any articles jump out and get you more than any others?
Too many.
Yeah, that seems to be the answer on a daily basis now. Like, you know, for the same reasons as I expressed yesterday, like everything's important in its own right. But for me personally, like, you know, the Soviets landing on Venus, that was interesting. The first woman to reach the summit of Mount Everest, you know. Yeah, the whole drug thing. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Starting us off in bursts, in the year 1418, we have John II of Cyprus. Was a king of Cyprus and Armenia, and also titular king of Jerusalem from 1432 to 1458. In 1710, we have William Talbot, first Earl Talbot, was an English politician who was a Lord Steward of the household. And then in 1104, Elizabeth Palmer Peabody was born on the estate. She was an American educator who founded the first U.S. kindergarten. Nice.
Nice.
Gotta indoctrinate those kids early.
1824, Edmund Kirby Smith, American general.
I see.
1827.
I want to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, you know, like Kirby, you know, like, I don't know, like, it's just weird to me. Kirby.
I know. Also, 1927, Pierre Cyprus, Dutch architect who designed the Amsterdam Central Railway Station and the Rijksmuseum. 1831, David Edward Hughes, Welsh American physician who co-invented the microphone.
Thank you.
That's the thing I'm talking on.
Yeah. Let us all give thanks to Mr. David Edward Hughes and his cohorts. Without him, there would not be any of this. You know, until later, maybe, but whatever. Anyway, I'm looking at the Amsterdam Central Railway Station and Rijksmuseum. The Central Railway Station looks really nice. You know me with my architecture. And the Rijksmuseum looks same architecture style and everything, but minus the trains. So it's cool looking stuff. Anyway, 1862, we have Margaret Fontaine, an English lepidopterist and diarist. Now, what is a I can't even pronounce it. It is a person who studies or collects butterflies and moths. Okay. So, winged insect collector. 1876, we had Fred Conrad Koch, American biochemist and endocrinologist. Well, first off, I want to know if he's the father of the Koch brothers. So, let's see here. Koch brothers. Here, let's see. Fred Koch, Fred Conrad Koch. Let's just search up Koch brothers, actually, and look on their wiki. Koch family. Fred Koch. Yeah. Yeah. He's the founding guy of the Koch stuff. So, and this other thing, an endocrinologist. That's an interesting word. What does an endocrinologist do? Endocrinologists specialize in glands and the hormones they produce, which affect important processes that control metabolism, blood pressure, cholesterol, hunger, thirst, body temperature, and more. Alright. Well, that's interesting. And then, 1890, we have Edith Grace White, an American ichthyologist, or something-agist, which, why do I get all the ones that need research? They study all the aspects of fish biology, including anatomy, behavior, and environment of fishes, how fishes interact with other organisms. Alright, fish scientist. Cool.
Also, 1903, Charles F. Bannock, U.S. inventor and manufacturer. 1910, Hugh Fushimi Kunihide, Japanese mountain educator. 1912, Dud Turkle, U.S. historian and author.
Yeah, I checked up on Charles F. Bannock's inventions. He was the inventor and manufacturer of the Bannock device for measuring overall length, width, and heel to ball length of the foot. Oh, that thing. So, like, whenever you go into the shoe store and they have that thing that you put your foot in and measures your foot, that's his invention. That's pretty cool. Nice. Yeah. I'm adding that into the underbar here. Let's see here. Who else was born on this day? We have 1913, Gordon Chalk, Australian politician who was the 30th Premier of Queensland. 1924, Dawda Jawara, first president of the Gambia. And 1943, Witeke van Dort, a Dutch actress, comedian, singer, writer, and artist.
Okay. Also, 1944, Danny Trejo, U.S. actor.
Danny Trejo, a.k.a. Machete.
Yes. 1946, John Law, English sociologist and academic. 1953, Pierce Brosnan. I thought he was English, not Irish. Irish U.S. actor and producer. Wow, he's also American.
Yeah.
God damn it. I thought this man was English.
Oh my fucking god, this person's name. What the hell? 1960, we have S. Shanmuganathan, was a Sri Lankan commander and politician, and their full name, oh, this is the longest name I think was ever been on the show. Sarwar Wan Bhavanandanan Shanmuganathan. Wow. Well, at least they abbreviated the longer name this time. 1965, Krist Novoselic was probably still is, a U.S. bass player, songwriter, author, and activist. And 1966, Janet Jackson, U.S. singer, songwriter, and actress. And if you're my age, you remember her Super Bowl flip-up. So, which was obviously staged.
Also, 1969, Tucker Carlson, U.S. journalist who co-founded the Daily Caller.
I'm trying my best to look as confused as possible on camera.
No, he's just wondering if he left the stove on or not. No.
Perpetually.
1960. Already probably giving him the wrong prompter.
Yeah.
1986, Megan Fox, U.S. actress.
Alright, getting on into deaths here. Why don't you start us off?
290, Emperor Wu of Jin, Chinese Emperor. 1375, Liu Bowen, Chinese military strategist and statesman and poet.
And officer.
1669, Pietro della Cortona, Italian painter and architect who designed the Saint Lucia e Martina.
I have to check that out. Saint Lucia e Martina. Images. Oh, that's cool. Looks like a normal church building with church features. Like a tiny cathedral. Let's see here. 1823, we have Grace Elliott, Scottish courtesan and spy. 1936, Leonidas Paraskevopoulos was a Greek general and politician. And 1938, Joseph Strauss died on the States. He was a U.S. engineer and co-designer of the Golden Gate Bridge. Nice.
Okay. 1956, H.B. Reese, U.S. candy maker and businessman who created the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
His full name being Harry Burnett Reese, or H.B. Reese.
Yep. 1977, Mosito Keita, Malayan politician who was the first president of Mali. In 1984, Erwin Shaw, U.S. playwright, screenwriter, novelist, and short story writer.
1990, we have Sammy Davis Jr., was a U.S. singer, dancer, and actor. 1990, Jim Henson, U.S. puppeteer, director, producer, and screenwriter who created The Muppets and also that great cinematic the great cinematic masterpiece, The Dark Crystal. It not very many people know about that, but it's a good movie.
And Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock, yes.
Yep, it's that first where you will kneel before me, son of God. No, that was from American Dad.
Yeah, it sounds like Family Guy-ish, or American Dad-ish. And 2003, oh wait, is it your turn? Yeah, it's your turn.
No, it's not. You got one more.
Okay, 2003, Mark McCormack was a U.S. lawyer and sports agent who founded IMG.
Damn. 2005, Andrew Goodpaster, U.S. General. 2008, Robert Moldavi, U.S. winemaker who co-founded the Opus One Winery. 2010, Ronnie James Dio, U.S. singer-songwriter and producer.
It's me, Dio. Oh God, I get this name again. 2013, Dick Trickle, U.S. race car driver. I'm sorry, Mr. Trickle. Like, I hope that's not your real name. Yeah, Richard Leroy Trickle. So it was his name. That poor man. And then 2019, I Am Pai was a Chinese U.S. architect. And that concludes the show for today. Once again, check the underbar, the description for any links that you may be interested in, which also includes
Sohan TV on Twitch.
And everything OMNI Coalition. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream every day between 12 noon and 3 p.m. Pacific Time.
2 to 5 Central.
For all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
On me.
And you are you, and until you see us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Till then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.